Alright, seems like we are live. Hello everyone, I'm back again with another car I want to show you. This is the car we're testing this week. This is the 2022 Audi R8 Spyder rear-wheel drive. And this is technically the base model version of the R8. But after driving it in the canyons yesterday, I could make an argument that this is probably the one to get. So this is actually one of the last R8s we're gonna see, because after this, there's no more updates. It's basically dead. This and the Huracan are both gonna go bye-bye. So the Huracan is gonna get a hybrid platform, whereas the replacement to the R8 is gonna be fully electric at some point. So why don't I show you guys around, and if you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the little chat box, and I'll go back and stop periodically to ask you guys what's up. Oh, the Rose Bowl park. It is the Rose Bowl parking lot. See, there's the Rose Bowl. It's over there on that side. But yeah, Rose Bowl parking lot. Anyway, so this is the rear wheel drive version of the Audi R8 Spyder. This one has the 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10. Makes 562 horsepower. Show you the back of it. Yeah, so 0 to 60 is about 3.4, and top speed is in the low 200s. I will say this is probably the best looking version of the R8, because the Spyder variants have this black piece in the rear that kind of give them a very unique look that the coupe does not have. And check out this exhaust tip. It's a big exhaust tip with two little ones hiding under there. But more importantly, let me show you this also. This one on the inside, this spec is actually freaking, oh, my gimbal malfunctioned. It's bright red. Check out the interior on this thing. So the only screen in the interior is actually in front of the driver, no screen in the center. So for example, when you connect your phone to CarPlay, it all happens in this main screen. It's a bit hectic, and I don't know, I'm not a super huge fan of it, but at least it has CarPlay. This car in particular, as you may have noticed, has the carbon side blades, and also has a carbon pack, which is an optional extra. This is technically the cheapest version of the R8, being the rear wheel drive variant. The all-wheel drive variant is more expensive. It comes in a lot closer to $200,000. This one starts at $164, but as tested is, I believe, $185, around there. So things like the color, the interior, the carbon are all optional extras. One thing that I found kind of interesting about this car, despite it being a full-on, proper supercar, it doesn't have carbon ceramics. And that's one of the ways that Audi saves money on this quote-unquote lower price model, is by doing away with these ceramics. But we still have nice steel brakes, which I will say, I beat on these all day yesterday in the canyons, and were absolutely rock solid. I did not find myself wishing I had ceramics, but they look great. I also like the design of the wheel on this one. One other thing that this car loses is the active suspension. So this has what Audi calls passive suspension. So no mag ride, none of that wonderful stuff that you get in the higher spec R8 and the Huracan. But I will say this car just rides really well. It's incredibly comfortable. Frankly, I mean, if you look at it less like a supercar and more like a sports car, then you kind of start seeing where this car's strong suit is. I saw some people saying you like the coupe more. So actually, Audi was kind enough to give me an option between a coupe or the Spyder, and I chose the Spyder simply because I wanted to hear the engine. But to my surprise, this car is a bit muffled, actually. It's actually very quiet, especially when compared to a Huracan or anything like that. It's very quiet, but being able to put the top down, especially with that interior, you know what? Let's put the top down. I feel like that'd be interesting. So here's the rear of the car with more of those carbon accents I was talking about. All of this here is all carbon. That's all part of that optional pack. Let's put the roof. You know what? Actually, let me give you guys a startup sound. I feel like that'd be more interesting. So, all right, don't go anywhere. Whoops, there goes the gimbal again. Jeez. Definitely don't want to rev it too much because I don't want to get kicked out of this parking lot. Which R8, which model? So this is the rear wheel drive, performance rear wheel drive, which is quote unquote the entry level of the R8 range. So to put the roof down, let me step in for a moment, pull the switch, and it will all start coming back. See? Whoop. There it goes. Like I was mentioning, that red interior. The roof goes down pretty quickly, actually. All right, let's turn this sucker off. Jeez, there goes the gimbal again. All right, so check it out now. What do you guys think now with the roof down? I think the red really pops, especially against the white paint. I mean, it's technically gray on paper, but it looks white in person. This is Suzuka gray, the exterior finish. So, any questions you guys want to know about this car? Anything you guys want to know, let me know. I'll show you as much as I can. I have this car for almost a full, I have it until next Wednesday. So any questions or anything like that, I'll be doing some stuff for social media, our YouTube channel. Please make sure to check that out always, because I'll be posting like a full video of it on there. But any questions you guys want to know, feel free to leave it in the comments of this live or any of the other posts with the car. I'll be checking the comments and answering as many as I can. But here it is. Let's see, 0 to 60. 0 to 60 is about 3.5 seconds, if I remember the stat correctly. Some other publications have tested it, and it may be a little bit faster, but 3.5 is a pretty good measurement. Let's see. Do a burnout. I totally would, but Audi would probably take the car away and never give me another one. So I want to keep getting these cars. Let's see. I will be in LA tomorrow. How about a ride? Well, honestly, if you go to any of the meets here, I typically go to those. So if you see me out there in this car, make sure to say hi. Launch it. I would love to launch it, but I have to, I can't do a live stream while launching it. I don't have that many brain cells to go around. Let's see. V8 or V10? It's a V10. The V10 is the only engine option on the current R8. Mileage, this one has about 3,000. So this is a press vehicle. This one will never be sold to the public. That's why it has the Michigan plates. I saw some of you guys asking about it last time. Why do all the cars that I show you have Michigan plates? It's because they're manufacturer owned. So Audi owns this car, not me. But this one has about 3,000 miles, which in press car terms are pretty rough, because I mean, pretty much me and every other journalist that drives this car goes to the canyons and drives it at 1,000,000 miles an hour and puts a ton of wear and tear on it. But I mean, obviously 3,000 miles is not going to be too much on this car. Let's see. Can you put on the roof? You want to see the roof up? Let's see. You know what? Let me put it at the end, because I just put it down and it's kind of a procedure with the live stream. Let's see. How much does it cost? Okay, so the base price for the convertible is like $164 without options, but this one that has like options such as the interior, the color, the exterior color, some of the carbon accents, this one comes in at about $185 if I remember correctly. So yeah, so that's I mean, honestly, $185 is still a lot, obviously, but given what you get, that V10, kind of like a discount Huracan. I actually, man, I've driven every flavor of Huracan at this point, and I find myself really enjoying the R8. It's just a little bit softer, a little bit more livable, and still just as fast around town. You really can. I mean, I don't feel any slower in this car. Let me show you guys the interior. Here's another shot of the inside. Like I mentioned earlier, no screen in the center. All you get are these like air vents, which are carbon fiber in this car. That's an optional extra. And for example, your phone goes down here in this portion here, and that's where you connect it to CarPlay and whatnot. So the only screen in this car is in the center, and so CarPlay and everything has to share that one screen. And obviously there's a bunch of buttons on the steering wheel. You have your start, engine, exhaust mode, drive mode. All the important stuff is right there. And obviously your shifter in the center and your climate control are these three 3 knobs right here. So let's see if there's any other questions, anything else you guys want to know about it. Let's see. I'll probably hang out for another minute or so. Gotta get back to work, but I just wanted to come on here really quick and show you guys what I'm driving this week. So yeah, keep up with our stories and stuff. I'll be posting more about this car. If I go to some events this week, I'll post a little bit more about it. Let's see. Is this the last gen R8 full combustion engine? Yes it is. So after this, the R8 will be fully electric. This is the last internal combustion R8. The Huracan will retain internal combustion, but it's going to be a twin turbo V8 with a hybrid assist. But this one, no, this one's a full NA V10. Very, very good. Cost, this one's $185 as tested. $164 base, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Can you drive it? I'm actually gonna make a full video for our YouTube channel of me driving it. I just can't drive it now because I'm holding my phone and doing this live stream. Yeah, honestly, I think this car just really works. I mean, out of all the press vehicles I've gotten this year, my previous favorite was the Huracan STO. I really love driving that one. But this one is actually, it's just so livable. It's just so usable on a daily basis. So anyway, let's see if I don't have any more questions. White convertible. Yeah, the white over red. So the other option Audi gave me was a yellow coupe with black interior, I believe it was. But I think this one just looks so much better. And obviously you get the added sound. So I think, how's the launch control? So this is the rear wheel drive model. It's not the fastest R8. It's about 3.5 seconds to 60. It's fast, but it's not like the Plaid is on another level. You know what I mean? Like, so comparing the launch control between the two is like comparing me to like Usain Bolt. We're not even on the same planet. Which Gen R8 is your favorite? This one 100%. I drove the old V10 car and the new V10 car, and I much prefer this one. The old one did feel a little bit more raw to me. I feel like you could hear more of the sound, but it just wasn't good. It wasn't as good to drive. How much horsepower? This one's 568, I believe. The all-wheel drive model is a little over 600. Most fun car you have driven? Oh, most fun car. You know what? Actually, the most fun car I was actually thinking about this a few days ago, was actually a car we reviewed last year, and it was the Evora GT, the Lotus Evora GT, because that is, oh my god, like the manual, it's very raw, and it was just absolutely wonderful. Let me go down the questions. Sorry about that. Have you driven any RS models? Yes. So I did a review actually on an RS5 a few weeks ago, and I've got the new RS3 coming up, which is, I love the 5-cylinder in the RS3. It's kind of almost like a mini V10. So that will be also upcoming in the near future. The auto system is bad on, yes, yeah, the dual clutch on this car is so much better than the automatic in the earlier cars that just, this one is so much more livable and more fun to drive. So 10 out of 10, I would take the newer car, even though I know the old cars have their fandom. But actually, well, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and so many good questions, so many good conversations actually. So please make sure to check back on our stories and such. I'll be updating more on this car, more drives and everything. So and hopefully I'll jump in with another live stream in the near future with the upcoming RS3. I will also be going to Miami in about a month. I have something kind of special lined up for that, but I'll keep you guys in the loop with that. So until then, take care everyone. I'll see you.